All right, Brandon, we'll see you then. To the Joe Bruno federal corruption trial now, the former state Senate majority leader's racing connections under the microscope today, with a former New York Racing Association board member taking the stand. Our Matt Markham just got out of court minutes ago, and he's with us live now in downtown Albany. He has our continuing coverage. Good evening, Matt.
Dory, good evening. Court went a little later today, so the last witness of the day could finish examination by the defense. But the most important witness of the day, who was on the stand for much of it, was testifying under immunity as the government tries to prove in this retrial if the senator rightfully accepted money as a consultant.
I was found innocent twice, once by a Supreme Court decision and the other time by the Second Circuit. And to be talking about things that happened 10 to 12 years ago, I think is really pretty unfortunate.
But testimony today centered on business that might have happened several years ago. Wayne Barr sat on the stand much of the day and answered many questions looking not at lawyers but at jurors. He is a lawyer and was a business partner of Jared Abrazazi. Abrazazi was connected to businesses which paid Senator Bruno $20,000 a month for work Barr couldn't describe on direct examination, at least written work for it or the need for written work. A letter from one of those firms was entered into evidence thanking the senator for, quote, fine help. Barr testified wording in that letter was dictated to him by Abrazazi. Barr was appointed to the board of the New York State Racing Association by Senator Bruno also, but later resigned. He testified that he feared the appearance of a conflict of interest would arise because of his connection to Abrazazi and a group with whom he was linked. That group was efforting a bid to privatize the racing franchise. Barr also spoke of a state grant offered to Evident Technologies, a Troy startup company that was supported by Abrazazi. It received $1.5 million in state grants. Barr said he never had a conversation with Abrazazi or Bruno about any link to horse racing or money for Evident.
I'm very proud of my public service, and when this trial is over, I think I will be totally vindicated.
Basically, the thought there was with the Evident Technologies money and the investors into Evident Technologies was alluded to under cross-examination by the defense. And the thought Mr. Barr had conveyed was that the money for Evident Technologies, that state grant, was already secured. So there would essentially not really be a need to try to secure any more money in that regard. A couple other things. Dr. Belinsky took the stand late this afternoon. Again, he was the witness that kind of kept us a little bit later in court this afternoon. He was questioned about horses. He's a veterinarian and a business associate of Mr. Bruno. One thing he did say was that Mr. Bruno cared very much about horse racing in New York State and horses in general. And also Mr. Abrazazi, the so-called partner here, or at least that's what the government is trying to find out, if he was a partner to Mr. Bruno or not, or was paying him appropriately or not, was seen around the courthouse today. Our cameras had seen him leaving the courthouse about the lunch hour. Doesn't mean he's going to testify, but it will be somebody we'll be looking for, especially as we head into tomorrow. Reporting live now in Albany, Matt Markham, CBS 6 News.